Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on Work in Progress Wednesday today, we are finally getting around to the Outrunners. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said today, I'm finally getting around to the Outrunners. I've wanted to make these for a long time. I've had them pieced together for a very long time. I had a lot of fun with the formula, trying to figure out how I was going to make them. I had a really hard time finding how tall these guys are. When I looked at pictures, I think the first time I Googled them, it said they were both 6 feet. And then I saw a picture of them backstage with a celebrity. I can't remember who the celebrity was. And they clearly were very different heights. So Truth Magnum here is extremely short, and I could not find his build height for the life of me. So I kind of tried to go off what people were guessing from Reddit, and I looked all over the place. And then Turbo Floyd, he is much taller. I do need to fix the inside of the head sculpt here so it sits lower on this torso. But formula-wise, I try to get them as close as possible. I try to compare them with some other wrestlers. I did notice a lot that when they would do their pose, that he would squat down a little bit, so they didn't appear that much different in height. So that was, I didn't notice that until I started looking, trying to figure out how tall they were. But we have, I can't remember where it came from, a fodder lot, and someone had tried to use it for, they had a t-shirt on him, and then they painted the outside of it black. So I sanded a lot of it off. I'm going to just use some nail polish remover to get the rest of it off. And then I wanted some thicker arms, but not longer. So these are the pinless arms they had initially tried before the double jointed ones we have now. So this is the British Bulldog torso. Both these head sculpts are from Headeration. He does have a version with both the sunglasses on and off. When I ordered, he only had the sunglasses, so that's what I went with. I'm fine with that. We are going to be getting these in the Jazzwares vault. I'm going to be doing them in a black attire. I think they showed the lighter blue teal kind of color, so I'll pick those up eventually too. But I don't know how long it'll take for this stuff to make it to the vault. And this AW Jazzwares is not that consistent with as much stuff as they showed that we're supposed to be getting from the vault. I hope it all comes out. I hope it all goes smoothly, because there's a lot of stuff in there I want to get. But like I said, I've had these together for a long time now, and I'm finally able to get to it. As far as the painting and everything, there's not a lot. It was just a matter of being able to get around to it. So these are obviously some Lindsay Dorado legs, and then I wanted to use these pink boots since I already had them instead of painting pink. So I was trying to figure out how to incorporate these tall boots into his body while also keeping him in scale. So we have Lindsay Dorado upper legs, Rey Mysterio calves, and then the knee pads give it a little bit more size, so I was okay with that. I didn't think it looked too scrawny. And then these are some Carl Anderson legs, some Farouk lowers in those same pink boots, Razor Ramon torso, and then the arms, I think the arms are from a battle pack of FTR, or the Revival, I guess they would have been. And then I'm going to be doing their black and pink Flamingo Miami Vice attire here. Got the tattoos and everything from 3XR Studios decal library, so I am finally ready. Let's go. All right, here we go. With the heads here, I'm going to do the blonde part with a toasted marshmallow. Don't believe either of these guys are natural blondes. They have that bright bleach blonde look, so I'm going to do that for the sides, and then I'm going to use a dark brown for the, I'm going to use dark brown on the sides and then the bleach blonde on the top. For the sunglasses, there's a few different looks I could have gone with. I wanted to do the teal color, so I used I think it was Caribbean color for the glasses, and then I have a metallic green that I'll go over it with. The side here if I did a lot of layers of this brown, it would look like a thicker color, but I like how it looks if you only do a few layers. I feel like it gives it that kind of like shaved look. It's not very thick, which I do like for apple barrel for doing hair colors. So I use that pretty often, almost always for hair colors, unless I'm doing like black hair or like a dark brown, then I'll use my Vallejo paint. But like I said, for the glasses here, I was using the teal color, and then I decided to just do black on the sides. They've worn white ones, they've worn sunglasses that have had the more like orange kind of look on the front, so I felt like it's just kind of pick and choose, and I thought that these would pop nicely with the attires we're going to do. Same with the headband. I used just the pink that I had. There's a bunch of different looks mixing and matching with their attires, so I felt like I had a lot of freedom with what I wanted to do here. I couldn't get the like light blue paint all the way off. I don't know if I don't know what exactly they used on the body before, but it was impossible to get it all off. So I ended up just painting a bunch of black over it, so it looked good. The tattoos here, they were done by 3XR when Truth Magnum, yeah, I think this is Truth, didn't have his full sleeve yet. So I just took a few bits and pieces and filled in what I could, and then I'm going to do a dry brush over it to kind of just fill it all in. And then the decals here, same process as always. I put my micro set, my micro sole, let it dry, hit it with the hair dryer, then I'll press it on a little bit better, and then I will we've got white on this one, so touch it up here. There's the dry brush to kind of fill in what's left of the sleeve, but on the decals I touch those up, paint the edges as well. And then the last thing to do here is to is to paint the shoelaces. I always use my sculpting tool. It's easy, quick, efficient. It's the way to go. Here they finally are, the long requested Outrunners Truth Magnum and Turbo Floyd. And as these came together while I was working on them, I almost was annoyed with how long I took to make these. I am glad that I'm glad that I didn't just rush into making them. I've really been trying to be patient and detailed with all of my customs, and I feel like that has shown with a lot that I've put out. But these head sculpts I've had for a long time. I'd had the idea to do this attire. The Jazzwares vault figures we're getting, knowing that those are not in this attire, also helped me move along and make these, because I'll pick those up as well. I assume some soft goods are coming with them. I thought about making some shirts for these guys, but the logos I was printing just didn't look good to where I wanted to throw them on here. I'm so happy with how these turned out though. The formulas were a lot of fun piecing together, trying to capture their size. The Truth Magnum, and I did look up again his height just to make sure I wasn't tripping out. Like I was with Steve, with Mongo McMichael, I made him short. I was thinking he was short, but then someone said, you're wrong, and I looked it up and I was. I don't know where I got that, but Truth Magnum is 5'9". He's a short guy. I couldn't find the exact height for Turbo Floyd, but I know he's quite a bit taller if you just look at him in pictures. So overall, super happy. The decals, I did have to fudge a little bit for the tattoos, but I was really happy with how it turned out. When I tried to look up reference pictures, he's added a ton to his arm sleeve, so the decals I printed off from 3XR were accurate, but he's added a lot to his sleeve since then, so I just pieced it together with some different decals, and then I just filled it in with that dry brushing, and I'm really happy with how it turned out overall. The attire too, it all just pops. I love their whole 80s vibe. Looking at different pictures and different looks of both of these guys, For the most part, Turbo Floyd's kind of had that long hair, mustache look, but Truth Magnum has had so many different hairstyles, facial hair. It's it's bizarre looking at him because some of the older pictures I found of him don't even look like the same human. But I will probably order a set of these head sculpts that don't have the glasses on. But at the same time, I might just wait till I get those Jazzwares figures. We have plenty of customs coming on the channel. I don't need to make that many different heads to swap onto single figures. But anyway, if you were one of those people waiting for the Outrunners, I hope you enjoyed watching the video today. There's a lot of you in the comments, DMs, whatever. A lot of people wanted the Outrunners. Hopefully I did justice to what you were picturing and you enjoyed these as much as I did. But that is going to be everything today. If you made it to the end, I appreciate it. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.